What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Fireside Rangers. I'm your host, Eric Wilson, today joined by my co-host, Will Cohen. As always, it's Rangers game day, which means we're live, here to chat about the upcoming Game 6 with you all, the fans. So to everyone joining us, if you're new, make sure you guys like, subscribe, ring that bell so you don't miss notification. Keep this active live chat going strong. Anything that you want us to talk about, we certainly will. Just drop the comments. We'll pull it up on screen and give you a shout out as well. Lastly, be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at Fireside Rangers for daily Rangers content, updates, and news and all that good stuff. But Will, while we let the viewers get settled in, grabbing their popcorn and all that good stuff, how are you doing today, and how are you feeling ahead of this pivotal game of the season?
I'm doing very well. I had a good conversation about potential internship today, which was nice.
Yeah, nice.
Had a great conversation actually about that, and my supervisor is a Rangers fan, that was really cool. So, I don't know if like I'm nervous, but at the same time, I'm also confident in them. Like, I think these 2 days of rest are going to help them a lot. And like we said, when was it? I think it was Tuesday. Teams have to face adversity if they want to win the cup. You can't just go. You're not going to go 16-0. It's not going to be a cakewalk, especially against a team like the Carolina Hurricanes. And I know me and you were talking today, and I know the order of the wins aren't the way that we wanted it to be, but if you told me that we were going to be up 3-2 before this series heading into Game 6, I'd be very happy with that. So to me, I'm nervous, but I'm also very confident in this team and knowing how they regrouped in the regular season. So yeah, I guess I'm 50-50.
Yeah, I'm confident too. Like I said, going into this series, we knew it would be a very long, hard-fought series. Before it began, my original prediction was Rangers in 6. Go back and check the footage. It's there. But like you said, the order of the wins, they kind of threw a curveball at us with us winning the first 3 and then dropping the next 2. But at the end of the day, it was always Rangers in 6. It always was. But we'll see. I'm confident. We got Stephen Land here in the chat. Where are our jerseys? Well, Stephen, I think it's been a couple streams since I've seen you in here. The Rangers lost, so my Lafreniere one and his Panarin one retired for Game 5. I switched up. I wore my Capo Caco jersey that had easily like the worst playoff jersey run of all time. It didn't even make it on till the end of the game. So now we're on our third string backup. Got Igor Shesterkin and Will just really trying to throw off the superstitions by not wearing anything. So
yeah, I said I wasn't going to wear a jersey today. So need my Panarin and or Keandre Miller jersey for next series. So
yeah, for Game 1 of next series, of course. But yeah, no, to all the fans out there that believe in any sort of superstition, wherever you were sitting last game, don't sit there. Whatever you ate during last game, don't eat it. Whatever you're wearing last game, please don't wear it. We need the combined power of superstition on our side for this one. But more importantly, we need skill. Again, speaking of skill, let's talk about Artemi Panarin. Where has this man been? Panarin's never been the best playoff performer, especially last year. But he started this year off great. He had 9 points in 7 games. He was looking awesome. And then the last 2 games, I don't know. But, well, I know we talked about it a little bit on Tuesday's episode, but just for anyone who didn't get to tune into that's here now, tell me, how are you feeling about Panarin? What does he need to do to get back on track and kind of save this series from becoming a historical flop?
I mean, I think that he really just needs to just play his game. I know that, that's pretty easy to say. And I can't say maybe the physicality in Game 5 was throwing him off, but he needs to just find his game. He needs to break his game down to the simplest it can be and don't try and do too much. Just do what you've been doing all year. Keep it simple. Don't rush anything. Don't force anything. Just don't get too fancy. Just keep your game very simple. It's what he was doing throughout the first 7 games of these playoffs, and it worked out for him. And then I think he was trying to do a little too much, and
Or in the case of Game 5, he tried to do too little.
well, yeah, too little. But I mean, I think everyone did too little in Game 5. So I put that. I mean, I can't just put that blame on Panarin. Like, I to me, I'd rather not just spotlight
More than
Panarin.
just Panarin.
Well, of course, it was everyone in Game 5. Like, and Mika hasn't been good since Game 4. Wasn't good since Game 4. Kreider. I mean, they since Game 4, Kreider, Panarin, Zibanejad, Trocheck, and Fox are combined 1 point. It was Chris Kreider's assist in Game 4 to Lafreniere. So, like, every one of those guys needs to step up. Obviously, Panarin's the number one guy. I mean, he was the scoring leader for the past 4 years on this team. 5 years, actually. Holy crap, that's crazy. 5 years on this team. So, yeah, he just needs to dumb his game down to the simplest form, to the simplest it can be, and not try and do too much, not try and be too fancy. Or try and do a lot, but just keep it relaxed. Don't
it simple.
Yes, keep it simple.
But actually try, because no one tried in Game 5.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But Chris out here following the superstitions, changed his shirt, shaved and cut his hair. I'm sneezing a lot. I was going to sneeze. Well, you might have to take this one if I start sneezing. My mom asked, "Is Kreider playing? Do we know?" He missed practice for maintenance, but I don't think Laviolette confirmed it. I know
Kreider did. He said they asked him, and Kreider said, "Yup," and that was it. So he was playing.
Okay, because I know a couple hours ago, Laviolette was asked that question, and he kind of like didn't want to give a confirmed answer, but like hinted towards that it was a good sign. But I guess Kreider just doesn't care. He's like, "Yeah, I'll be there."
He's like, "Yeah, I'm playing." I think yesterday was just a little bit of a maintenance day. I really do not have a clue. That was crazy. But yeah, he answered it in a 1-word sentence, and it was "yup." That was it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Chris asks, or doesn't ask, it was just a statement. The defense needs to know when to pinch. Bread got caught big time. Talking about the defense, the Fireside Rangers crew, we defend Peter Laviolette no matter what. We love him, and there's a big portion of last episode where we defended him. But the D pairs that practiced today, I don't know if I can get behind them.
Luckily, he did say that it might might not be the pairings and everything like that, which is
I pray that they change, because if I see Jacob Trouba play with Keandre Miller again, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah, I get it. Like you want to change up the D pairs and everything, and honestly, in my honest opinion, I don't think Gustafsson has been as bad as everyone has said he has been in the playoffs.
But Trouba has.
Trouba has, and I think but I think
Schneider
Miller can continue to play the hockey he's been playing recently. I think that it will help Jacob Trouba, because maybe Miller will take a lot of the I can't think of the word, responsibilities of the D pair rather than Trouba. But I do remember Laviolette said that those might not be the D pairs, and it just depends on, it's like, wait, let me get my tweet up. You can keep talking, but I just need to get the tweet up. I'm sorry. So I know exactly what he said.
Yeah, I hope that this is just a big brain play by Laviolette, and that the D pairs we saw at practice might just be like a trick to make Carolina think that's what they're going to go against, and then it just goes back to what it was. But Trouba and Schneider have been absolutely horrible these playoffs. I think in the first round, Schneider was just average. He was just kind of like invisible. But he definitely cost us a couple goals this series. Speaking of defense, hold on, I got to just pivot real quick. Keandre Miller has been our best defenseman.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that is a crazy statement to say. Keandre Miller in the 9 games of the playoffs this year have easily been our best defenseman. I do not know what hockey you are watching, but he has been our best defenseman.
Tommy, I don't want to call us out. I want to give you the opportunity to explain. You said he has a lot of turnovers, but the entire defensive core has. I think the entire D core has been bad, but Miller's been the best.
Yeah.
Sorry. the Rangers are giving me sickness. But yeah, I don't know. I think Miller's been great. Chris agrees.
Yeah, Chris, that's my guy.
Call me really quick. Manny, welcome to the chat. Let's get that win, boys. Let's go Rangers. That is the game plan. Pavel with a hot take. He thinks we're going to lose tonight but win Game 7. Pavel, you know I love you. You're here all the time, but we got to keep the negative juju out of here. Don't even say those words. I can't believe I just said them. We always got to hope for a win. Rangers are always going to win. 16-0, or 16-2, I should say. Let's see. Let's go Rangers. Make us proud. Hopefully they do. It's not often that they do, but every once in a while it feels good to be a Rangers fan.
Exactly.
Hey, Colin, team needs to play hockey. They failed to do that in the third. I know. I mean, that was the thing about Game 5 was that during that live stream, the main message and storyline we were covering was that we just need to have a really good first period, and then the momentum from that will carry us to a win. But we were so wrong on so many levels. We had a phenomenal first period, really, really good. And then it started to like snowball downhill in the second. And then it became just like an avalanche of terrible hockey in the third. And like we need to play like how we played in the first period, but then just keep doing that the entire way through. But that's my take. Mm-hmm. Will, say hi to Colin. Then respond.
Hi, Colin. We miss you.
All right, that works. Yeah, if Pesci is playing, they need to forecheck the crap out of him. I agree. Carolina is really, really good, man. Like, it's kind of like where you got to give respect to your enemies, right? Like, this isn't an easy series like it was against the Capitals. The 3-0 series lead was it blinded us from how good Carolina actually was. All three of those games were 1-goal games, 2 of them in overtime. The series could already be over if those 2 overtime goals went the other way. So,
I'm sorry. I just read a comment that I just
on here. I'll pull it up.
No, please don't.
Was it this one from Rob?
Mm-hmm.
Miller has not been our best D player. He is a turnover machine who loses the puck consistently when trying to gain the zone. But everyone has recently, Rob.
He has easily been our best defenseman in these playoffs. And
normally,
him and Schneider have been the best pairing.
But Schneider hasn't played that good.
No,
Miller's played phenomenally. That's the thing also is that we defend Miller a lot, and everyone just hates Miller for some reason. I think he's been our best defenseman. Fox is injured. Lindgren's kind of been irrelevant. Trouba sucks. Schneider's kind of sucked. Gustafsson has been mid. I'm not saying that Miller is like a Norris Trophy winner, but of the 6 guys that we have going for us throughout the series, I'm curious to know who everyone who doesn't think Miller is the best, who they think has been the best.
Yeah, I think Miller has easily been our best defenseman in these playoffs. Easy. I mean, Fox is still injured right now, so maybe maybe this series he's been the best. Maybe not throughout the entire playoffs, but I think he's been through the entire playoffs. That's just me.
We got Ryan Lindgren himself in the chat. He says game over. Let's hope so.
Lindgren's back. Hello, Ryan Lindgren.
You go become the best defenseman. Score a hat trick tonight. But Roderick, welcome back. We gotta go Mortal Kombat, finish him, brutality. That's the best way to put it. Rangers need to come out and dominate. If we give them even an inch to work with, they're gonna take it a mile. Will, the light coming through your thing looks so cinematic right now.
Oh, I thought you were gonna yell at me.
It's gone. It was just a ray of light. As soon as we talked about decimating them, like the heavens shined. Oh, it's back.
Thank you. That's a good sign. Thank you.
It's shining bright on us right now.
I like that.
Jay asked late to the video about what happened to Kreider. Just maintenance, missed practice yesterday. Wheeler stepped in. Don't read into it too much. He's gonna play.
Yeah, Kreider's playing today.
Yeah, he's not hurt at all.
Yeah.
Chris says, I'm sure Laviolette ripped into them after last game. They slept walk through the third. Agreed. Peter Laviolette knows what he's doing, and there's no way that he just is going to let that last game go. He had to have torn into them.
I agree with that.
But
He's torn them the entire game. The entire season. Sorry, not game. Sorry.
Yeah, if the Rangers come out not trying like they did in Game 5, I would be shocked. I'll delete the channel.
They're gonna come out with a fire under their ass, and even though they're up 3-2 in the series, they will come out with a fire under their ass because they know what's at stake. And I mean, imagine how much the pressure is on you when you go to a Game 7 after being up 3-0 in a series. Like that's why I think that they'd lose in 7, and if the series does go back to MSG for 7. So I think the Rangers know, the players and Laviolette and the rest of the coaching staff, they know what's at stake with this game, and they're going to come out with a fire under their asses, and they're going to look to dominate.
Yeah, well, correct me if I'm wrong, Will, but there's only been 4 times in history where a team has been reverse swept. Didn't Peter Laviolette coach one of the teams that completed a reverse sweep? Wasn't the Flyers?
It was 2010 Flyers.
Yeah. So Laviolette knows a thing or two about this. I don't know how impactful that will be.
And Jonathan Quick has been on both sides as well. I mean, they were the 2014 Kings were down 3-0 to the Sharks. I know we talked about that a couple episodes ago. And then last year he was on the end of Vegas going up 3-0 in the Western Conference Final and winning in 6. So he knows both.
I don't know how hopeful that is, but just, the experience is experience. I'm glad we have it. So,
yeah.
Let us see what we got here. Yeah, Tommy says the fact that Miller has been the best is the problem. He agrees with us that he's been the best, but it's easy to be the best when everyone else is total garbage. I mean, I agree with you there. That's a good way to put it and a good explanation. And I'm sorry we made fun of you. I don't think he's been even like mediocre. I think he's been a solid defender. Obviously, yes, the turnovers, as we've all pointed out, are not good, but I think he does contribute a decent amount of other stuff that it makes him a good player. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about him. Like,
yeah, me either.
Like, I don't know. But Tom here does say that Trouba looks out of shape. Yeah, I agree.
Nah.
Larry Brooks said to put VC on the top line and drop Roslovic to the third line center. I might disagree with Larry Brooks here.
God, Larry has some outlandish takes.
I know. I agree that the top 6 has been bad. Like Kreider, Zibanejad, Panarin, Trocheck. Those 4 over the last 2 games have not played good. But Lafreniere, obviously, is the GOAT. But Roslovic, although he doesn't stand out as like a star player, I think he has contributed quite a bit this series, not even just point scoring wise. He's great at maintaining the play and trying to set up Kreider and Zibanejad.
He's a tremendous skater too. Like when you watch him enter in the zone, like he's actually keeping the puck. He's not dumping and chasing because he knows that his skating ability is going to be able to get him through the neutral zone and into the offensive zone. And that's what I think is very that's what I've noticed. That's what's best about it. That's what's best about his game that I've noticed in the first couple games, these first 9 games of the playoffs. He's an unreal skater. I just interrupted you, Eric. I'm sorry.
No, I was just sniffling. I started the stream feeling fine. I'm just getting sick the closer we get to game time. It's like I'm sacrificing my own personal health for the Rangers. But let's see. Yeah, just to follow up from Laviolette before, he seemed pissed in that post-game conference.
Yeah, he did.
I hope he took it out on his players. And we'll see. Lindgren says that he's hungry. Well, Ryan, I hope you're hungry for a cup because that's what we're serving tonight. Colin says that Rick is our worst defenseman by far. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know who Rick is, but I'm sure he's not that bad. He might be a great defenseman, but I think at the end of the day, he actually plays forward, so him playing defense wouldn't really make that much sense anyway. But yeah. Brian says, I really think we were scared to get hit, especially Zibanejad and Panarin. That's why it's been quick pass first. No one drives the net. But that said, Rangers win 3-2 tonight. Well, I like that you switched up at the end, and we started a little bit pessimistic about our Stars, and then we win. So I like the end of it. But no, I agree. Panarin, I mean, Zibanejad's gotten hit quite a bit. Panarin as well. Panarin's just really good at dodging hits. I feel like I never see him you've never seen Panarin get flattened. People go for him, but he just like, ducks
he either
out
just bounces right off them or just,
yeah.
dodges them.
Panarin doesn't get clotheslined or anything like that. Zibanejad's gotten flattened a couple times. Lindgren always gets flattened.
Lindgren always gets flat, and then he just skates right back into the play. I'm like, dude, I'd be on the ground like crying.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably make like a 5-minute montage of every time Ryan Lindgren got plowed down to the ice. Like,
oh my! I remember one time in the 20. This is like my favorite Ryan Lindgren moment. It was a 2021 season, and he got flattened by Ovi, and then he like a couple shifts later just completely flattens Ovi. And Ovi's like, that's a good hit. Who cares? In his press game conference, he was like, it was a good hit, clean hit. Who cares? It was awesome.
Yeah, I agree. But Ryan, I like your positivity at the end. We win 3-2. I'd be very happy if that happened. As long as the amount of goals that we score is bigger than theirs, that's all I care about. Amanda says that we should be double shifting Lafreniere. I don't know about double shifting him, but I think he at least might need to get more power play time. The power play hasn't come through in the last 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I would switch up if I were Peter Laviolette. I don't know who I would take off of that first power play unit, but I kind of want to see Lafreniere there.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think they'll Lavi will double shift Lafreniere the entire game, but he's definitely going to he'll probably be double shifted at some point in this game. Yeah, I can see it happening.
We'll see. Yeah. Lewis says that the Rangers owe the fans an apology by winning tonight. I agree. I had to sit there for 3 hours of my life in Game 5 watching the game. And as much as I really wanted to turn it off at certain parts, I knew I couldn't because I would have had to make a post-game reaction video immediately after. So please, Rangers, if you really do feel bad about what you did to us fans, give us a really good game tonight that I can be happy about when going to sleep and then going to work tomorrow and then having to record about it.
It makes life actually like happy.
Yeah, because my entire mental state is determined by whatever the most recent score of the Rangers is, and I hope that's the same for all of you. So we'll see. Yep, Kreider, Mika, and Panarin need to show up. Throw Trocheck in there too. He's one of our stars that's been bad. As much as I hate to say it, he's been bad too. But yes, they need to show up. They haven't shown up the last 2 games, and that's the main reason why we've lost those 2 games. The Rangers were shut out at 5v5 in Game 5 and on the power play. Only goal they had was from Jacob Trouba, of all people. Short-handed. How does that happen? I don't know.
Short-handed Jacob Trouba.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the sun again.
All right. So Amanda follows up and says that we got to take Kreider off of the power play and put Lafreniere there. But see, when the power play is cooking, Kreider scores like every single goal. But when the power play is not cooking, Kreider does absolutely nothing to like generate the play. He just stands in front of the net while like Zibanejad and Panarin and Fox are doing everything. So I don't know. Like, again, I don't know who I would want to take off. I wish I could see Lafreniere be on the first power play because I know he would do so well.
It's not even like about taking anyone off. I think you just really need to balance the power play unit. It's like you could put Mika on power play too.
Chris later goes on to add on to this.
I don't know. When the power play's on, Kreider's hot.
But when it's not on, he's not hot. He's probably the coldest of all of our players.
But I mean, you could say that about everyone on the power play right now. In honesty, I think that if they're gonna do something, they just gotta like balance out the power play units and make it, have 2 equally great power play lines or power play units where they're both equally dangerous. Perfect, I think, in my opinion.
JJ says that Lafreniere is going to go crazy today. This could be the Alexi Lafreniere legacy game where he's been good all series, and he might just get fed up with the Stars not performing, and he'll go out and score 5 goals himself. It's like, that's it. Like, I'll take us to the conference finals. You guys just go sit and do whatever. Colin says that we need to sign Will to a 7-year deal. All I'm going to say on this is that Colin is the type of guy to say that he's unavailable to join the live stream today, but then joins the live stream anyway as a viewer. Get in here, Colin. I have the graphics ready. I'll send you the link. Let me know. But Will, you're signed to a 7-year deal. How are you going to play?
How am I feeling, or how am I going to play?
Well, first, what position are you going to play?
All right, I'm a right winger. I'm a left-handed right winger. I just want to first I want to thank Colin Alcabes for this opportunity. Throughout this whole process of he drafted me, and he's been an awesome GM. He's believed in me since day one, and now that I'm getting this 7-year contract, then I want to thank my family as well. I want to thank Eric Wilson too. He's been awesome to me. I could start crying right now, but I won't. But I'm looking forward to getting started with this team, and today's my first game, and I'm going to go out there and put my heart on the line, and if that means getting crushed into the boards and going out with a concussion for the rest of my career, that's fine with me.
That works.
Yeah.
I hope that you get a wonderful – somehow we're breaking the rules of the NHL, and your entry-level contract is going to be 7 years long.
They changed the rule for me because I'm that good.
Yeah, you're going to have a prosperous career, and I wish the best for you. Michael says that Igor is going to stand on his head and we'll get out of this. The thing is, though, Igor has stood on his head. Like, he has been, and it hasn't been enough. Not even just this year. Like, the last, 3 years, Igor has stood on his head, and our Stars just do not show up, and it doesn't work. But I agree. I think Igor's going to have a great game. That's why I'm wearing his jersey. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is the first time in a playoff game that I haven't worn a jersey for. But I need to get rid of the bad jujus.
Yeah. So. Bad jujus, no. Good jujus, yes. We don't. If anyone comments something negative from here on out, I'm not even going to pull it up. I'm going to ignore it, and I'll have the mods ban you. we don't have mods, and I don't know how to ban people. We love the support. I'm just kidding.
I'll just find your address and hit you with a hammer.
That works. All right. Will has officially threatened people on the internet. Someone clip that.
Oh, please. Goodness gracious. I'm screwed.
Mike says that he's going to a bar to watch the game, that there's going to be far more Islander fans than Rangers fans at. So he would really like the Rangers to do well.
Mike,
if the Rangers lose, you're in the trenches. You're on your own.
Yeah. No. You know what? I'll defend my boy Mike.
You're going to go from Virginia to New York.
Yep.
Like that.
Yes.
I would just say, Mike, save yourself. Why are you going to this bar? Why wouldn't you just go to a Rangers bar, man? I'm sure you got friends or something there. There's probably a logical reason, but just pick a different bar, man. If you're friends with Islanders fans, find better friends. That's all I got to say. All my friends are Rangers fans.
I agree. Mine are not. One of my best friends is a Islander fan, actually. Fun fact.
Yeah. One of my very close friends is a Hurricanes fan. I will say that, but he's a casual fan. He's just from Carolina, so he roots for the Hurricanes. But he probably couldn't name more than 3 players. Shout out my boy Dishy. I don't know, he's definitely not watching it, but I'll tell him that I mentioned him. Lewis asks, can they dress 7 defensemen and bring up Zach Jones? Sure, they totally can, but then they'll have 11 forwards. So who are we going to play with that on there? I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't consider it.
I don't know what I would do. I mean, I do like I do really like Zach Jones, but I mean,
I would just scratch Trouba and put Jones in.
I mean, you could also just I don't know. That's a hard one to think about. I'd have to actually think about that for a second before I actually answer it.
All right. Well, you sit there and think about it, and I'm gonna go through some more comments, and then when you're done thinking, we'll come back to you. Okay?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Robert, my man, this is exactly what we've been saying the last couple days. There was always going to be adversity. It was always going to be a long, hard-fought series. Again, the order in which the wins came is unfortunate because we did have the potential to sweep. Now we don't. But at the end of the day, it was always Rangers in 6, like I predicted once again.
Yeah. I think that if you're not facing adversity in the playoffs, then
Well, you're supposed to be thinking about the Zach Jones thing.
all right. You know what? I got it. You could scratch Brodzinski or, Rempe or Brodzinski or whatever. And then put in Jones because you can use Jones as a forward too. I mean, he's a puck moving defense. And
You could use Keandre Miller as a
Keandre Miller used to be a forward, all right? We could use him as a forward.
Mm-hmm.
Double shift him. Go from, you're going to play defense on this. You're going to play defense right now. And then your next shift, you're going to be a forward. He was a forward too. Dude, think about it. Keandre Miller is 6'5". If he unleashed a one-timer, that thing would be wicked. Yeah, that thing would be wicked. His shot as a forward would definitely be wicked, dude. Think about it.
Could be crazy.
Think about it, dude.
I would like that. Mike says that he's been pacing all day long about this game. I've been thinking about this game for the last 3 days straight. Trust me. Every time the Rangers lose, especially in the playoffs, it hurts until the next game, and hopefully we win. We've lost twice in a row, and I had to wait 2 days for tonight. And I'm really nervous for tonight. I know I've said a lot on this channel that I haven't felt nervous a single moment throughout the playoffs so far. Is just how confident I am. I'm nervous. I'll admit it. I'm still confident that we'll win, whether it be tonight or in a game 7. I fully believe in that. But my heart's beating. I'm like, ooh, we're an hour and a half away. It's Judgment Day right now.
I'm definitely nervous, but at the same time, I am positive that the Rangers are able to close this thing out tonight, especially with 2 days of rest. I know when the series schedule came out, I was kind of confused about why we were gonna have 2 days of rest, and then now I'm thinking, holy crap, this is actually, it was such a blessing in disguise because, I mean, obviously they definitely needed it. And, it worked out perfectly. But I think these 2 days of rest are really going to help. And I'm very happy that I came to my senses and actually thought about it before I got mad again that there was 2 days off.
Yeah, no, I said it last game when the schedule first came out. I was like, man, I don't want to wait 2 days because when it's not Rangers game day, I just get really bored and I just watch movies. So at first I was like, man, I got to wait 2 days to see us play if there ends up being a game 6. But now that we actually have a game 6, I'm like, whoo, thank you, NHL.
Yeah, exactly.
We needed that extra day. So hopefully we made the most of it and Laviolette really worked them. So we can fix whatever the problem was going on. Just like Logan said, tonight is the test of our heart and soul. We didn't try in game 5. Hopefully Peter Laviolette took those 2 days and just made them want to start working again. Just whipped them back up in the shape. I think this is the power play scenario because we're going a little slow in these comments. Trocheck in front, where Kreider would be. Mika and Brett on the left, Lafreniere and Fox on the right. I love that. But again, I'm like, I want to see Kreider there too. We just run an all forwards power play, take Fox off, and just hope that they don't have any shorthanded attempts. That'd be cool.
That would be nice.
But unfortunately,
any shorthanded attempts.
Yeah. I don't know. But Chris, if it were to happen, this is probably how I would do it. So I love that thought. Amanda asks, when do we start mentioning him in the combo as the star, in the same combo as the stars?
Right now.
Well, I remember we were talking about Lafreniere when you commented that. Yeah, I would say right now after this.
About right now.
Yeah. He had close to a 60-point season, close to 30 goals. I think heading into next year, I look at him as a solidified member of our top 6. That line of Panarin, Trocheck, and Lafreniere, I would argue, was the best line in all of hockey throughout this entire season. And, yeah, I still consider Lafreniere to be one of the kids, probably always will, but I also consider him to be a star. So
I agree. I think
we
that
just don't say it as often because he doesn't get as many points as like Panarin, so it's easier to just reference like Panarin, Trocheck, Zibanejad as like the stars. But Lafreniere is a part of it. He's like his own like subgroup of stardom.
he's a superhuman.
Yeah, he performs on his own level, and it's totally cool. Schnazzy with an ultimate prediction. Igor's going to be the best player on the ice tonight, leading the Rangers 2-0 win. I hope that he scores both of those goals too.
Yes. That's my parlays. Just that. 2 anytime goal scorer twice.
So the way that works, it's called a 2-time NHL goal scorer.
Wow.
Anytime goal scorer. And then this is that's the parlay. We're gonna do it a little bit early. Yes. Igor Shesterkin over 1.5 goals. Igor Shesterkin over whatever the saves are. Igor Shesterkin shutout.
Yes, I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
And Igor Shesterkin over 2 assists. He's going to assist his own goal. That's how good he is.
You know what? He's gonna so they're gonna give him an assist on his own goal.
Yeah, like it's gonna come to him. He's gonna skate with it, and he's gonna like bank it off the boards and then pick it back up and shoot it. So he like assisted himself.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. We're getting frisky right now. I like that. These are better than this is better than my parlays, dude. I like that.
Anyone watching that never stays till the very end is probably extremely confused right now.
What are you guys talking about? Parlay? What?
Parlay, like Igor's time goal scorer. We've never heard that before, but we say it every stream and it never happens. But we've come very close quite a few times.
Yeah,
I would say.
We have.
Anyways, back to the actual content. Joke's on us. Rangers just want to break Carolina's fans' hearts at MSG South. I still have faith. We have faith too. Like I just said, MSG South. There's going to be more Rangers fans than I think that we've seen before. I think after Game 5, the Rangers were like, "We need our boys in the stands." There's going to be so many blue shirts there. I believe in the dream.
Me too.
Yeah, Carolina plays good at home, but we also play good on the road. We've also beaten them on the road. That was the thing that made me so mad after we lost Game 5 at home. Everyone on Twitter was just like, "Oh, there's no way we're going to go into Carolina and win Game 6. Carolina's so good at home. No way we're winning on the road." I'm like, do you remember Game 3?
Do you remember Game 7 in 2022?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about other years because it's different, but I mean, like,
I know. I just wanted to say that
people are saying on Twitter like it's like it would be like a biblical event if the Rangers were to beat Carolina in their own stadium, but like we did it like 5 days ago.
Exactly. Like, yeah, we did it. We did it in Game 3, and we can do it again. I mean, they beat us out on our own turf, and we're good at home too. So it's like anything can happen. Like. Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. But like Tommy says, if you had told us before the series it'd be 3-2 Rangers, we would have taken it. We just got to stay positive. That's the main message of this one is don't lose faith. We believe in the team.
I believe.
Hello, Dennis. And then he says it again. Hello, Dennis.
Hey, Dennis.
Yep. I like this comment, Mike. Gensel needs to get laid out. Aho needs to get laid out. I would love it. I would love to see Jake Gensel. I hate Jake Gensel. Might be like in my top 3 least favorite players in the NHL.
Yeah, I don't like Jake Gensel either, but I'm trying to hold off from saying everything because bad juju, bad omen. I don't want to.
No, we keep it positive. You know what? I'm sure Gensel's a nice guy at the end of the day. I just hope he doesn't score.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, no, on an honest note, though, Jake Gensel is probably top 3 least favorite NHL players.
Yeah, guy's a freaking animal, though. Let me tell you. Holy crap! As much as I don't like him, he is
number 1. Even before this, I hated him when he was in Pittsburgh.
No, me too. I just don't like his face or his voice.
I think the other two in my top three would probably be him,
Mm-hmm.
Matt Barzell, because I think that Barzell is the most overrated player in the entire league. Like, he had a good rookie season, and Islanders fans still are just like all over him. I'm like, okay. And then I probably hate Jack Hughes.
I don't like Gensel, Malkin, and Crosby are definitely in my top three. And then Gensel.
Yeah, but I gotta respect Malkin and Crosby. So I don't hate them. I just think they're like generational talents.
I think that Malkin is a very underrated, dirty player, and nobody talks about it. I don't like Malkin. I don't care how good Malkin is. I do not like him. Do not.
I don't know. I don't like Jack Hughes. I never had a problem with Hughes until he said fans pay to watch me win.
Honestly,
pay to watch me play, whatever it was, and then they just started losing. So that was really funny.
I don't know. I can't lie. I do like the way Jack Hughes plays. It's like, I mean, he's just so silky with his he's just so silky and smooth, dude. It's like you watch him play and it's like, holy crap. Like watching him play in person last year was like, it kind of opened my eyes. Like, he's different.
Oh wait, I take it back. Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson's my least favorite player. Hate that guy. Now we got to move on though. Mike goes on to say Lafreniere is an anytime goal scorer. Good pick or bad pick? Phenomenal pick. But the best pick is a Kako goal scorer. I've been predicting this every single game since the playoffs started, and only once has it hit. So don't listen to me. But I love Kako. Yeah. He's my second favorite player. And if Panarin continues to play bad, he might become number one. But don't tell Panarin that.
Crazy, bro.
Panarin would always be my favorite, even if he has a terrible next two games and we lose. I love Panarin, and that'll never change.
Always gotta rep Panarin. That's my boy. That's my guy.
Yeah. Robert says if we lose tonight, is there going to be a change in that? No. We've lost back-to-back games, but they're the only games that we've lost in the playoffs, and neither of them were Igor Shesterkin's fault. Putting in Jonathan Quick wouldn't change anything. It's up to the offense and the defense to really up their game.
These last two losses have not been on Igor, and no, you don't. No, there's no reason to take him out of net. It's not his fault.
Will, I've got phenomenal news. Mm-hmm. Joe is back.
Joe
who?
That is. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Joseph wants us to share the game because he can't get it anywhere. Look, as much as I would love to just stream the game on here, this channel would get taken down for copyright so quick. It's the only reason we don't do live game reactions with everyone is because we legally can't. But it's on TNT and HBO Max. So listen, just start a free trial with HBO Max, and then after the game, cancel the trial, and then you have your game. It's that simple.
Yeah. That's good. Wait, so you don't get TNT on your TV? Damn, I thought TNT was like a standard package with cable TV or any.
I don't think I get TNT. I just use Tony's HBO Max. Thank you, Tony. Shout out you.
Shout out Tony.
Yeah. I'm the type of guy that doesn't pay for any streaming services. I just feed off of other people.
You're a fiend.
I know.
You're a fiend. I hope you know that.
No, I know. Well, you know what? I pay for ESPN Plus, which is where I watched almost all of the Rangers regular season games this year until they just decided that they weren't going to put any playoff games on it. So now I just feed off of Tony. But
I like that though. It's deserved. You don't deserve to pay for those stuff.
Yeah. Will, we're getting late into the stream, so I gotta go to the bathroom. But you keep it going, keep the conversation going.
All right. I will try. All right. It says the team needs to stop only relying on Igor. I think in this playoffs, like they've done a very good job not doing that. I think last game was a little bit different. That last game was like the first true bad game of hockey they've played in the playoffs, and the first time these playoffs that they've really tried to rely on him, like going into that third period. I mean, they really didn't. They really just were playing to lose, they were playing to not lose. They didn't really care about generating any offense. But I think throughout the rest of throughout the first 8 games of the playoffs, they did a good job not just relying on him. But no, Chris, I do agree with you. Rangers have always lived and died by their goalie. Going back to Richter, I don't know. I can't comment on that because I was not born before 1994. I was actually born 9 years after. So I don't know. I can't comment on that. But yeah, going back to the Henrik Lundqvist days, I mean, it was pretty evident that they always relied on him. I mean, they relied on him during the 2014 Stanley Cup final, and look what happened. They lost, and he couldn't do everything. And they tried doing that last year and the last 2 years, and Igor can't be the only one to get it done. It needs to be everyone. Obviously, hockey's a team sport. I mean, we all watched it. So, yeah, I do agree with you guys, though. You can't just rely on Igor. But I think this playoffs, they've done a good job not doing that. So now Eric's back. So thank God.
We haven't relied on. We kind of relied on Igor a little bit throughout a couple of these games. I can't lie. But
like the offense. I mean, the offense did enough where, they'd have a couple, like a 1-2 goal lead, like in those 4-3 wins. I mean, I think, yes, they're relying on Igor, but the offense was also putting up points as well. So it was a mix of both.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. How many did you acknowledge the Carolina fan in here?
That was a long time ago, and no, because I don't want to acknowledge them.
Everyone boo this guy. Boo. Get out of here.
We don't like Carolina. Not just Carolina Hurricanes, like just the state as a whole.
I've got nothing against the state. I don't like their sports teams.
No, I have something against the state because my best friend lives there, so that's what I have against. And we don't like her, so
yeah. Chris does bring up a good point, though. We've always lived and died by their goalie. It's started with Richter. Then it was, I don't know who came after him, but what I lived through, Lundqvist, now Igor. Hopefully, just hopefully, the Rangers are going to pull one out, have a big offensive showing. Panarin's going to show up. Trocheck, Kreider, Zibanejad, they're all going to have a goal. I believe that. Even Capo Caco is going to have a 7-goal game. It's going to be awesome. But, we got a lot of people joining us right now. So we're pretty much all caught up on comments, it looks. So if there's anything else that you guys want us to talk about, please drop a comment. We'll pull it up on screen, give you a little shout out and all that good stuff. But we'll probably go for like another 10, 15 minutes. So what do you think while we wait for the fans to share their thoughts? What do you think is the biggest key to winning tonight?
So I actually did write an article, and I think the keys to winning tonight, I'm going to just say my 3 keys was, we already talked about one of them. The stars need to play like they're stars, need to carry their own weight on the ice and the score sheet. The second is to continue to test Freddie Anderson because, like Jed just said, we were playing on our heels. Like you even if you're only up 1, you need to continue to attack. Like Freddie Anderson has been shaky in this series, and he's been good, but he's been shaky. They need to expose his weakness, which is his rebound control. They need to crash the net and score those greasy goals. They've done it all year, but now they really need to start doing it again. Just greasy goals. And then tightening back up on defense. I thought that the first 4 games of the series, the Rangers did a very good job of keeping their defense tight in the defensive zone and keeping everything to the perimeter. And I think And I think in game 5, they were getting out-muscled, and you can't let that happen. You need to stay tight. You can't be too aggressive, but don't get aggressive to the point where you're just letting everyone get inside very easily. So just stay tight defensively, and I think they're going to win the game if they follow those 3 things. Like, obviously their stars need to be the stars. Like, that's given. That should go without being said.
I agree with everything you said. Jed had a wonderful comment there. Anthony also goes on to say they need to be better off the puck tonight from 200 feet away and back to the house. Everyone on the same page, offensively suffocate and play with more tenacity in the neutral zone in transition. 3-2 win, New York Rangers. I agree, Anthony. That was a phenomenal take that you just had there. Chris was his best take. Stick to the
Yes.
one. Chris always says this, and whenever they listen to him, we win. I think my biggest key, it kind of goes back to what Jed said. Just give a full effort, 60 minutes. Don't play to defend the lead. Take whatever lead you have and try to expand upon it. Don't sit back. Don't relax. This is an elimination game. Eliminate them. Otherwise, next game is going to be an elimination game for us. Richard asks, is Heedle in? No.
No, I don't. It hasn't been confirmed. It'll be confirmed about 30 minutes before the game at like 6:30 with line rushes. So, yes.
So it is not confirmed, but I'm gonna lean towards no.
Yes, I agree. I'm gonna
My
lean
professional take, which I'm usually wrong on. So who knows? Chris thinks there needs to be goals off the transition. I would love to see that right off the
transition. Quick, move the puck quick.
Dallas says we need to put bodies on the floor. I would love for the Rangers to play extremely physical tonight, even without Rempe in the lineup. Just show them who's boss, set the tone early, and maintain that tone for the remainder of the game.
Yeah. Match Carolina's speed and physicality, and that's what they did in games 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Obviously, they lost game 4, but they still played very well in it. So they just need to match their speed and physicality.
Bugfuzz says Rangers game under Peter Laviolette is to attack in all 3 zones. We didn't do that the last 2 games. You're right, and that's why we lost those last 2 games. So as long as we're able to just follow Laviolette's plan, his golden plan, the Rangers should be okay. Laviolette was snubbed for the Jack Adams Award, and he's going to be proving those doubters wrong immediately.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. And then Richard adds on to what Boxing Fan said. We pretty much went to sleep after Trouba scored. Ear played too good. Just like I said, you have the lead. You can't defend a 1-0 lead against the Carolina Hurricanes throughout 2 periods. You got to add on to that. Don't sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Add on to it.
Yes.
But all right, it is almost time for us to start to wrap up. So to everyone that is watching, be sure to blow up the active chat with all of your score predictions, and we'll flash them on the screen while we give our professional predictions and analysis. And then we got to do a second parlay, Will. We got to do a second one because the first one happened too early. My prediction is, I'm always going to say the Rangers win, but this one's going to be close. I'm gonna just say the same prediction that I said last time that I was right. The only correct prediction I've had so far is that it's going to be a 3-2 Rangers win in overtime. The goal is going to be scored by Keandre Miller.
Wait. Oh, in overtime.
3-2 in overtime.
I want to give my prediction, but I'm too scared that's going to cause bad juju.
Also, I just want to say, JJ with like the OG classic Xbox 360.
Dude, yeah, that is so awesome. Respect, JJ. That is respect.
I just noticed that. That's awesome.
I always had the Modern Warfare 3 profile picture.
I had the Panda.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one too.
But what's your prediction, Will? Just say it. Be honest.
I say 3-2 Rangers win.
So you're copying me.
Yeah, I think I can just feel 3-2 win in this game. But they come out and test they test what's it called? They just test Anderson a lot, but they only pot 3. I think Anderson probably still has a good game today, but yeah, I say 3-2.
I respect it. Let's get into the parlay. We already had the Igor one, the Igor parlay, but I'm going to say Capo Caco. This will be a 4-legger, so we each get 2. My first one, Capo Caco over 2.5 points.
All right, I'm gonna go with. All right, now listen to this. You guys aren't gonna believe that this is gonna happen, but it will. Okay. Blake Wheeler, anytime goal scorer, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I don't know how. He just comes down on the ice somehow, scores a goal, and the refs just miss it. They just completely miss it, and then he just walks back up to the press box.
He just gets off the ice.
Yep,
There's a
exactly.
lot
He's
to him.
playing in his suit. All right.
He doesn't even have skates on. He's just running.
He's just on his tennis. He's on his dress shoes. There you go. He's on his dress shoes.
Yeah. Oh, Ross just inspired my next leg. I'm gonna go over 10.5 Trouba penalty minutes.
Wow. So he's gonna take 6 penalties?
Well, no. He's only gonna take 2. Because first he's gonna take a 5-minute major, but the refs are gonna be like, we'll let this one slide.
Oh,
And then he's gonna do it again.
Oh,
And then they're gonna give him the boot.
Oh, so game misconduct.
Yeah.
But no 5-minute major, right? No 5-minute major?
No, like the first one's gonna be a game misconduct, but they're gonna just like forget about it. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I assume he left,"
Okay.
but he just walks off the ice. He leaves, and then like a minute later, he just sneaks back onto the bench.
Like Bobby Valentine when he put like those joke glasses on in the dugout, or sunglasses and a fake mustache.
And then he's just gonna do it again.
I like that. That's nails. That is nails.
Yeah. All right. Give us the final leg of the parlay.
Jonathan Quick assist over assist over the it's gonna be over an assist.
As a goaltender, forward, or defenseman?
Goaltender. He's gonna be on the bench. And listen, okay, now this is it's gonna get crazy again. He's gonna bat the puck from the bench. It's gonna go onto the bench. He bats it back on the ice. The refs don't see. No one notices. No one notices. No one in the stands sees. And Panarin's going to score. And Jonathan Quick gets the assist. There we go.
Nice. Well, that was our official parlay. Make sure everyone bets their mortgage on it. And to those of you who joined us tonight, we hope you have a phenomenal night. Hopefully the Rangers will make it an even better night. But we'll see how that one goes. My mom stole my prediction. Okay.
I can't your mom's prediction because she's better.
To those of you who joined us tonight, if you did enjoy, please make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss notification. As always, even though the active live chat is going to close once we hit end stream, the regular comment section is going to stay open. So throughout the game, please share any reactions or thoughts that you have throughout the game, because we'll use it as inspiration for the post-game recap. Might even give you a shout out in the next episode and all that, because we do check it regularly throughout the game just to see how all of you, the Fireside family, is feeling. Lastly, be sure to follow us on @Fireside Rangers on Instagram, X, and TikTok throughout the entire game and moving forward. We post like hourly game updates, news, random updates, memes. I post a lot of memes, especially when we're losing. So, but yeah, no, just have a good night, and let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.